Hello everyone, myself Arun. Welcome to Easy Automation Testing Mentor, my YouTube channel. So today we are going to see what we will learn in this session is locators, XPath types and access methods. So what are XPath basically? XPath access are used to navigate through nodes in an HTML, XML document relative to the current node. Okay, so they are used for locating a web element on the page, and there are different types of locators that we are going to see. So let's go and try to understand what kind of elements we are having. So before that, let's go and understand the concepts of DOM. So basically DOM is a document object model. So let's try to understand in this website, this demo website. So to identify a web element, we can do Control Shift C or right click. We can inspect it or we can click the F12 button. Okay, so the DOM architecture we can identify is from here, that is document type. So from here we can see all the different elements, web elements which we are having on the page, and once the inspector is on we can identify the web element. So this is our web element, the highlighted one. So how we can identify the web element is by creating an XPath. Okay, so there are different web elements which we are having, that is input box, address box, checkbox, radio box, and then drop downs, and we also have buttons. So these are different web elements. So to identify the web elements we need to have an address. So address is created by using an XPath. So let us try to create a simple XPath. Control F and then double slash, and we will identify this is attribute name and value, that the type, the brown color is attribute name and this is value. So we will try to create an XPath from here. So we can use this attribute name and value, that is ng model. So to search through an element is by clicking star, it will search from the beginning, square bracket, at the rate, attribute name is equal to the value. So this is the value we are giving. So this is how we created an XPath for this. So this is relative XPath that will search through the web element. So let us try to input this in our code. So this is the basic code which we wrote, that is to launch the browser. So we will use web element ele is equal to driver dot find element by dot xpath. So we'll try to do send keys, ele dot send keys. Try to enter Mahesh, and then we will give a wait time over here for 5 seconds. We can wait so that you can see the value we have entered. Now if you execute the code, we can see input has been done. After 5 seconds the code will disconnect. Yeah, so that's how we create an XPath. So this was a basic sample which we have given. So there are different types of locators which we are having. The different types of locators are like ID. The ID which we can give is web element driver.find element. We can directly input the ID. Don't have to create an XPath for that. So directly by using an ID you can pass within the web element and you can perform the action on the web page. Second is name, it is similar to ID. So all this ID name, that attribute name we can identify. Then we are having class name, tag name, link text and partial link text, CSS selector and XPath. So XPath is used most commonly in all the different applications. because that is very meaningful and it is very easy to create. And they are having two types of XPath. One is absolute XPath and the other one is selective XPath. So absolute XPath, it uses the complete path from the root element to the target element, and a relative XPath is used by using double slash. So the difference between them is one is creating from the DOM element, that which I have shown in the web page. So from the initial page it will create an XPath. So absolute XPath can be created by using right click, copy, full XPath. So when we see this the notepad, so this is the absolute XPath. So if any element changes in between, the absolute XPath will fail. So we don't usually create an absolute XPath. So we use mostly relative XPath. So in the relative XPath, it starts with the double slash. That means it will search from the DOM. Okay, from here it will search. So when we write double slash star, that means it will search from the initial. Okay. Okay, so there are different access methods which we are having. That is self. Okay, so double slash id main self. That means it will select the current node. Parent, it will select the parent element. Child, it will select the child element of the current node. Ancestor, it will select all the nodes from the current node. Descendant, it will select all the descendant of the current node. And then following sibling, it will select the neighboring element. Okay, preceding, it will select all the sibling before the current node. Okay, so these are all different types of access methods which we are having. And then we are having functions within the XPath. That means if suppose we want to select the text, so we can use directly text function and we can perform the action on the element. Then we are having contains. If there is any attribute name or value that partially matches with the contains function, it will try to identify the element. Starts with, it will matches the starting of the text, starting text or attributes. Okay, normalized space is similar to the text, but it will trim the white space. Last function, it will select the last element in the web page. Position, that means it will identify the index elements by using the position is equal to 2. We can give that. Okay. So in XPath we also have certain conditions, that is input type is equal to text and name is equal to username. We can give conditions. Similarly, we can give OR condition and we can give grouping conditions also. So these are all different types of XPath and locators that we can identify. So that's all for today. In the next session, we can give more details to the XPath stuff and we can explore more of the stuff. Okay. So stay tuned. Thank you very much.